Psalms. Psalms chapter 37, verse 8. The NLT translation. The NLT translation. Be still in the presence of Yahweh Shah and wait patiently for him to act. Don't worry about evil people who prosper. Fret not their wicked schemes. Don't be angry. Turn from rage. Don't lose your temper. It only leads to harm. I'd like to give all prayers and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash, the Wadi Ba'ashem, Yahushua, for giving us the apostles and the elders of great millstone who deserve double honors, rightfully so. Shalom to the Akim, preaching the word in sincerity and in truth, and being faith-based and being prepared for what is to come and what is to come. Race wars, famine, concentration camps, starve, ID, chip, the mark of the beast. 200 million missiles hitting the soils of America. Simultaneously, the chambers of the Lord lift up the hopeful elect into the chambers. Simultaneously, the chambers of the Lord shooting laser beams at the ungodly and the heathens. Rightfully so. Abba Ratazah, the Lord, take the course of this video. Just a vessel seeking salvation out of this filthy place, spiritual known as Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, Babylon, and all the other filthy customs they have taken upon. Right now, the time is 4:05 a.m. in the morning, Thursday, October 31st, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. As you can see, it's winding down. The year is winding down. A lot of things happen this year. Salakia. Jacob trouble is unfolding right before our eyes. Things is leading up to the sea hip, to let's say it right, the currency collapsing, the sea hip, class wars, race wars, anything in between. These things escalating into World War III. And then that final moment when Yahweh's going to send back Yahweh's going to send back Yahweh Shah with the angels. They're going to crack the sky heaven. They're going to crack the sky open, Sana, and appear over in the Middle East. Simultaneously, they're going to be all over the earth, scooping up the elect, zapping the enemies of the elect, getting the elect getting deliverance. There's going to be a lot of things happening. For me to say this, I see these things in my dreams, and reoccurring. Things is the puzzle is coming together. You can see it clear now. The glass is not as dark and dim as 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or even 17, or even before the 17 years that I was reintroduced to Yahweh Shah, and to knowing my nationality. Because we always knew something was funny before we came into this truth. If you were seeking something like I was, I always knew something was strange. Like before I knew the truth. But now it's not strange. Because all the things that has happened, it was for our learning. Because we didn't this verse just jumped in my mind. Okay. Let's see how it goes. I know where it's at. I know exactly where it's at. Slovakia. Oh. Well, um, let's see if I can find this real quick. Jude chapter 1 verse 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this. That part jumped in my mind. All right, though we once knew this, I'm speaking to the choir at this moment, because the choir knows, they know the root, they know the song, so they sing the same song as what we learned. Though we once knew this, and we knew that it was something before we knew this. He said, brought into remembrance, though you once knew this. Before we knew this, we knew something was strange. If we didn't know something, it was strange because we didn't know. But now it's not strange because we do know. Does that make sense? It was strange when we didn't know. But now we know it's not strange. Okay? Let's get a verse on that real quick. Because it's not strange anymore. And we learn, like, for example, about like maybe 9, 10 months ago, for me learning words like the word patience. Okay. I want to get this verse first. I think I lost it. Should I get the verse first? Oh, okay. Think of it not strange. Bible verse, King James Version. I want to get this verse before I get the word. All right, before I lose it. All right, got the verse. Okay. Now, when we, like for me, when I learned the word patience, uh, you know, we would say, be patient, right? Have patience, and when it was said, I never thought about looking the word up. Just case in point, all right? I didn't think about it back then, whatever. So when I learned to look up words, cause I was in school, but I remember the days because you forget, certain key things you need to do, and it was brought back into remembrance when Apostle Hart said you gotta always look into words, and they brought me back into when I was a young kid. It was a teacher that used to always say, um, "Send me home with 10 words. Look up the meaning of the words," and it brought me back into remembrance to do those things. And it was something that was like I always thought that, and then having my daughter, right? I always tell her, don't be using the words you don't know the meaning of it. So it's something that generally I do now. I always look up the words, the meanings of words. And I utilize that in the world. For example, it was this individual. He was, yo, you got patience. So I asked him, he always try to say that. I waited, and he said it again. So what the word patience mean? Patience is a virtue. So let me see. I never thought about looking that up. Let me see. Let's look it up. Patience is a virtue, meaning. Let's see. Yeah. So, he would say that. So, let's see. Let's get a little. Let the secretary read it.
Patience is a virtue, as a proverb that conveys the idea that accepting delayed gratification is a socially desirable trait. The phrase is believed to have originated from a 14th century poem, though it's also popular in religious communities.
Okay. So, acceptable delay gratification. And it is a social desire, desirable trait. Okay. So, we say that. I was like, all right. So based upon what we just read, so it clarifies itself. So this guy, he didn't have the person that would use the word, he didn't have patience, and I was always say, man, Patience means to suffer, man. And you're not waiting. You just like doing all this crazy stuff. Instead of and he would do crazy stuff. But he would use words not applying it to himself. You know? So when I was always trying to correct him, he would get mad at me, think you know something. No, I'm just saying. You using the word, but you're not applying it to yourself. And as we should be doing, we should be applying these words to ourselves too. And learning to see now I never looked up this patience is a virtue. So now it's let's hear this again. It says patient is a virtue is a proverb that conveys the ideal that accepting delay, and that's actually going to word waiting. You know, waiting patiently. And that's what we are learning to do right now. Learn to wait patiently, dealing with delay or certain things that needs to happen before we get the results of what we want. You know, and that's what we learning. We learning that, and it ain't, you know, and it ain't the ultimate great feeling, right? Waiting. Oh man, what are we gonna do while we wait? We're gonna prophesy. So we got the thing we should be doing while we waiting, and this is what we're doing. We prophesying. We telling you what's we prophesying before telling you. We telling you before things happen, and that's how we learn to do that is by being taught and getting understanding and getting out there. So back to this thing being strange before we knew the truth, and like this individual, it was strange to him how I conduct myself because he didn't understand. He couldn't compute it, right? It couldn't compute, right? Can you use that? I think that's the word. Let's see something. Compute, right? Compute mean. Oh man, why I couldn't? All right, let's go back. So we got the secretary say it. The meaning of compute.
Here's the definition of compute: calculate or reckon, a figure or amount.
Yeah, he couldn't add it up. Okay, how I conduct myself. So it disturbed him. It was very disturbing to him. As his world see us, because they're so used to the based on time. Because when we didn't start off like this, we were very humble people. We was meek. When uh, when we knew the truth, when we knew our nationality. It was the society that altered these things, knowing that we are the children of Yahweh Shem Shah. They had to really study us and to make sure we don't get on top. You can see it in society if you paying attention. You can see the how the industry treats us, how the work world treats us, because we always found a way to rise to our occasion, despite our faults. Oh, universe. I just seen the verse. I don't know if I can find it. It's locked here. All right. Okay, hold on. And coming into this truth, we it betters it made us better. We learn how to conduct ourselves in this society. Okay, and it's strange to them, but it's not strange to us for each other because we see we could we could compute it. we could add it up. We could bring it to a conclusion. We could summarize it. I'm trying to use words. So like, all right, all right. So, it says Romans chapter 5, verse 4. And patience, experience hope. And what we hoping in is salvation. This is what we patiently waiting for. This is what we have patience for. This is what we suffering for. This is why we we can utilize that now. Oh, where you go? Right. So the virtue of patience, right? Accepting delay, right? Gratification. Is that what that word was? Hold on. I didn't want to lose that one. So let's do this again. I want to keep that as one of the pinnacle points. Yeah, that page, right? All right, so I'll put a new tab. And it has gotten it. So why do you watch my shop for the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who picked up the baton and carried and bared the cross of this suffering, of this patient, of this oh man, it was another video I did. I forget what was the word I used. Who held on? It was. I'm just thinking about something I said before. Who kept on? Who grabbed the baton and kept going, and was able to pass it to the next man, and for them to keep going. And that's what the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone have done. See, we know them as Great Millstone. I foretold. My ears was one of the few ears that heard this in the beginning. GMS, Great Millstone, and it played well. It rolls up the tongue well. It means something. When you go into the scriptures, you can see it, because they're a great millstone, and they grinding up all this, anything that comes near the scriptures, and filter it through, and gets the meat and the nooks, get all the gook out, and it gets the honey, gets the wine, get everything righteous to come through. That's edible to the flock. That gives the flock nourishment. And that's what they did. That's what Great Millstone have done. So it said take up the mill and grind mill. And they have done it. And they worked hard, man. And now it's gotten easy. Tablets, it's useful. Because I tell you the truth, I wouldn't have been ever got this truth if it wasn't for that's how I know there was a spiritual veil over our head. I always think of that verse. I wish I could find that verse. I can't think of it right now. That veil was taken off our head. The revelations were revealed to us. The word revelation means to reveal. The truth was revealed to us. And it was hard work done to get to this point. And our apostles has held the baton, and time, the King of Time has told through his men. You could tell that this is a power of Yahweh Yahushua, because the name is a strong tower, and our apostles and the elders advise you to utilize those names. All right. So I'm using words that advise us to utilize those words, and utilize the things you could have to make it easy to get to the point. Because yes, it was hard work that they put through. Now they did the labor. It says oh man, that's another verse. I can't think of how it goes. A man that do work over another man's work, something to the effect like that. That you better be doing it the right way. Just in layman's terms. And that's what's happening. So we are working in another man's work, and we were bringing it to the forefront righteously. And we have to do it there. We have to do it. We have to follow the protocol because we got other men to feed here, and these men got other men to feed, and they got to feed the flock until it's no more. Until we don't have to feed each other no more. Until we know it off 100%. And that's what's coming. That's perfect, and that's what we're patiently waiting for. And that's the suffering part of patient, the waiting for these things to happen. Gratification, right? That's what that is. Come on, I couldn't have the meaning. So like it one more time.
Gratification.
Pleasure, especially when gained from the satisfaction of a desire. Okay. And that's what virtue. So, hey man, I just thinking, cause learning these things, it um it it um it gives you experience, and experience hope. So our patient is giving us experience, man. It's giving us experience because we're learning how to master these things. Wax off, wax on. Wax off, wax on. That's what Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi was teaching him. You can wash the waters, you wipe it off. And when he did it so much, it became second nature. Just like how we do this truth. Now it becomes first nature because it's something that's been navigating us through this valley of the shadow of death. Just quoting verses as I um, speak. So there is pleasure to this. It is pleasure. And it is so pleasing, man. It pleased me inside. Right now, before I turned the camera on, I had other thoughts. It's still there, but this truth right now, doing this video, has suffocated that thought for a moment or two. We two have to deal with it. So we know what to do already. We know the steps we have to do. So yes, it's good pleasure. So it's our pleasure to do the truth, to do this will, Yabashim Shah. All right, so Salakia. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trials which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. It's not. It's not a strange thing now. Once we learned that we sinned. So all the crazy things that you seen happen around you or to you, it's a part of the curses. So it's not a strange thing. We didn't know what the hell was happening before we learned the truth. I didn't. The Lord brought us back to the remembrance because we didn't know from that prior. We was like, hey, I remember seeking things like I just know I wanted. I just knew it was something more, and I couldn't get two and two together because coming up, around where I live, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 churches around me, and they all were separate from each other. I had one around the corner that was like full with so many women, right? But it was men in there too, but it was a Jake church, but this church was like just a lot of women in there, a lot of the young women. They was in there, and I do it was they drove dressed like a Little House on the Prairie. I didn't understand it then. I still don't know what type of church it was, but I know it was Jake in there because some of the individuals went to school with me, and I grew up with them. But they got they didn't understand. They became worldly. The church, they became drug dealers and they went to jail. Freedom went to jail. They done served like 15 years in jail. They was in the streets trying to move crack and all this. It was crazy. And they grew up in the neighborhood with me. So the church didn't that church didn't have the truth. And even across the street, some of them was doing unlawful things. Should I say? I don't want to say the thing, but you know what I mean. And up the block, it was that was Jake, Judah, or that was Judah. Up the block was Ephraim's church. In this area in the Bronx, it was majority Ephraim and Judah, and it could have been Gadite, it could have been Gad, but that's what I grew up around. Issachar, Dominicans was there too. We always played baseball and basketball, stickball together in the park, football. We always, I lived that. That was the community. I didn't grow up around Esau. Only time we seen Edomites is when they was police. Until now, now you go to New York now, it's like majority. I see like more Dominican. Well, Simeon, police, Ephraim, Jake, Judah. That's what I see when I come up there. Probably go further out. Where I'm at is mad Esau, Edomites, but they could be Jake. The spirit bear witness. If they show you about Shemal Shah, all your time will tell. The angel's gonna come back to separate the wheat and here. So just quoting verses as I go. So it's not a strange thing. We can see that now. So I'm reading on. Let's see what the next verse says. It says, "Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trials." And this is where them trials is where you are becoming experienced at. Because now you're seeing what you got to always keep correcting with yourself. Because it's polishing you. It's making you better. Right? Which is to try you. There you go. And this patience, during this patient, and you're experiencing hope. You're experiencing patience. Have that verse again. Salah. Salah. Isn't it? Salah, man. Let's see the verse. Oh, here we go. No. Oh, boy. Let me open the right one. All right. Salah, I think it's here. It says, "And patience, experience hope." What we hoping is salvation. What we experiencing in these trials, man. And it's sharpening us, man. It's making us better men, better judges, better things to not see, I just read it. Read something else. Hold on. Let's go back this way. I think it's here. Let's go back. All right. It says, this is when we learn not to let everything get to us, because we're smooth with it now, baby. I know for me, man. Right? Let's go. It says, Psalms 37, verse 7, the NLT translation: "Be still in the presence of Yahweh Shah and wait patiently for him to act." And that's where it's at. That's where you wait. You're patiently for Yahweh Shah to act. Don't worry about evil people who prosper or fret about their wicked schemes, because they gonna be scheming hard, man. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because the thought I was having before, they're scheming, man. They're not gonna stop, man. They don't like your style, baby. And you maneuver well, man. Talking to the men, the choir, you have learned to maneuver well. As for me, like I just be I ain't trying to go through the motions, man. I'm the Wadi Abashim Shah for having me strategize with my mind, because I would have died. I'd have been lost it. And that's how you know you with the right men. Because they experience a whole lot of stuff. Apostle Hall, Apostle Gabal, Apostle Bakar, Apostle Ramla, and the Elder Hakim, they experience a lot. And they telling you, take it easy, man. Don't lose your cool. Chill. Because they learned the scriptures. And they had to deal with one West. Imagine men over you, and they know that you have, for the apostles, Apostle Hart, for the stories they tell, right? How, you've been, how they say, counsel. You got to come to counsel. You got to go this. You got to do that. You got to, they experience. And they see all these things, right? Yeah. And they'll come to counsel because Yahweh Shemel Shah, Apostle Hart, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah, Apostle Hart applied the rules, the law, statutes, commandments, and they came to counsel because they wanted to do the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah. As that's their reasonable service. And it played out very well for you look at it, it's 2024. For what I'm experiencing, what I'm visualizing, what I'm observing, it worked out quite well in the favor of Apostle Hall through the spirit of Yahweh Shah. Just telling you what I see. Some people might not like it, but there's nothing I can do about it. All right? And this is what they learn. Because it's not only the wicked, I shot you have to worry about. You got to worry about the wicked people in this truth. Because the regular Jay-Z and them niggas, they probably doing whatever the hell they doing to keep the mass of people out the truth. But the ones that know the truth, we got Nate in them, or Nate in the gang. You know, they all gonna be categorized under Nate. Because Nate is the head honcho right now of that's messing around with the name of the Yahweh Shemel Shah, the truth. General Hana is second in command. I'm putting those camps together. And the rest is following suit with them. Because as you can see, you saw Sakari and whoever, they was all bigging each other up before. There was unity camp. So the only thing you didn't see was Nate and them with that unity thing. But to me, they the head of the batch of this ones the circumcised, knowing what's really supposed to be done, but they're not doing what's really supposed to be done. Stop being angry. And I gotta say that to myself because I get angry about it. You know, that part was me. You know, I get angry because I gotta keep hearing this. So I said, you mother effer. I'll say about that out here, a brother would catch it. They going off again. General Hana and them going off again. Christianity is not the mark. Christianity is dead. They going off again. And then I get angry about that. So I gotta learn how to not be angry myself. Trying to keep my cool. And as long as I say be angry but sin not. So I don't lash out. I don't go make a new video and curse them out. It's just the facts. When we hear in the choir, right? Like they always make this analogy. You can hear somebody going off a tune. They stop the song, hey, everybody play. Now you off a tune. Tweak your thing and so you get accurate. So that tweaking is rebuking. Yo, we telling you to do this, and they don't want to do it. And now what? They got to get banned from the choir. So hey man, it's been we can hear the song. So we're not gonna be tolerating it. We want this to be on beat. We want this to go flow. And it says rebuke, scorn, he will hate you. Reprove a wise man, he will love thee. I truly believe Nate and them, they hate the apostles, man. There's no way in hell that they got love for them saying things, calling us bums and stuff, and such things, man. Nah, it's not love, bro. That's evil. You know? And this is where we got to how you say it, deal with this accordingly, like bringing out the facts, the truth, so we can edify the flock righteously. Slocking. So stop being angry. Turn from rage. Don't lose your temper. It only leads to harm. Alright, so we gotta learn that. That was for me because I got and I just get mad. What the fuck was that, Nate? What the heck was that, Nate? Come on, man, get your shit together, man. Nobody's angry with you. You angry with us because if you was, you'd have been got your shit together. You would have came. Your congregation is huge. There's a lot of men over there. You could tell them right now. Listen, I'm doing this wrong. You know, confess your sins. Confess your sins. You know. I don't know if I had another verse. I didn't read it, so let me see. All right. So we learn to have patience, man. Like, I mean, come on, buddy. Oh boy. Gotta read everything. Let me see. Hold on, I was reading something here, right? Was I? Let me see. Peter's. Yeah. So I'm about to say I didn't miss any points, but I'm gonna read this and end it. Beloved, thinking not 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trials which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. And it's not a strange thing. Once once we learned what this was about, it's not strange no more. Before we didn't know what the fuck, how did that happen? Or anything crazy happening to you before you learned the truth. What the fuck, how the fuck did that happen? Or if something spiritual happened that got you out of that situation, how the fuck did I get out of that shit? And I experienced a lot of things like that. Now I know why. Because to do this ministry. And I truly believe that the Lord has given me opportunity of a lifetime. So I would take it and hold on to it. But rejoice in much as ye are partakers of a Mashiach suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. And that's what we're waiting for his appearing and him getting us out of here. Wow. I think that ended well. I'd like to give all prayers and honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Shah, Ba'ashem Kakodash, the Wadi Yahweh Shem Shah, for giving us the apostles and the elders, great millstone, who deserved our honors rightfully so. Shalom. Shalom to the Akim. Shalom.